Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. And hello, everybody. And I'm so grateful to be with you. So today I'm going live on Facebook, and we're doing this podcast for Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. So I'm grateful to greet you all. I'll be checking on Facebook to see what's happening there when I can. And I wanted today to share this, I feel, important topic around the Grim Reaper syndrome. Can you deepen in the midst of major challenges? So are any of you feeling this? Now, some of you may not be, and that's great. So awesome. I'm so great. Congratulations if you're in that place. If you're feeling major challenges, guess what? I mean, much compassion and love, totally, the heart's felt. And I want to say at the same time, I mean, after sending you lots of compassion, lots of love for whatever you're dealing with in your life, I want to say congratulations at the same time, because there's something amazing about what's happening for you in your life. And I think the big thing is when we're facing a major challenge in our life, that we miss out on the gift of whatever is happening often, or we don't realize the gift until later, or we might not even realize the gift until, in a sense, not in an ultimate sense, but I don't feel it's ever true in an ultimate sense, that it's too late. It's too late in that you've already made a choice based on the major challenge, and now you can't go back. So now this podcast and also the Facebook Live is designed for those of you, again, that are could be anybody, but also I'm very focused on light leaders and world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs, especially you. But it really, a lot of what I'll say will really apply pretty much across the board to anybody. So let me go ahead and kind of start to dive in there. And I'm sure that even if there's one or multiple people I'm reaching through this broadcast, that this is going to hopefully make a difference in your life, maybe a big difference, and could maybe even change your life. And I'm grateful for that in advance. Now, major challenges. Well, whatever major challenges you are, if you have one that you want to share, if the Facebook Live crowd has one that you want to share with me, if you are facing one, feel free to drop it in. If we don't get any of those, that's fine. I'm going to talk about some of the major challenges that I see people facing, especially, again, light leaders and world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs. All right, so what could it be? So major challenges. Well, we have many different potential major challenges. Again, in the broad spectrum of the world, I would say the number one we would talk about, right, is more universally would be the COVID situation. Okay, so this is creating major opportunities, but it's creating a sense of major challenges for many people as well. So even those that know that these major challenges are major opportunities are still experiencing a sense of challenge potentially within it, for sure. So that's one level. Then we have the level of there's a challenge that we're experiencing as we have a collective sense of everything needs to change, and so everything needs to change, and we're hitting the reset button now, and all that stuff, and that's powerful, right? That we're able to have this experience of hitting a reset button, and the reset button, it creates chaos. It creates it can create chaos and issues in the collective, and then how that arrives upon the shore of your consciousness and your life may vary to virtually nothing to uh, a big psychic disturbance with everything's going on. Everybody's affected to some degree. To you're literally experiencing uh, you're experiencing it. You or someone has COVID or has experienced some of the intensity of what's going on uh, in all kinds of ways with Black Lives Matter. Um, so many people could be challenged in many ways right now on a collective level. And then we have the collective level for us spiritual minded people that we see this as an opportunity for mass awakening that is awakening people while people are becoming even more deluded, quite frankly. So all you have to do is look through well, not all of your Facebook feeds. Some of you have got clean feeds, but if you look around on the internet much on it and on social media feeds, you see really, you see. I don't see it as like there's always a sense of two sides, right? Like this side and that side on anything, but if you look at both sides, you see the comments, and it's just pain body screaming through those posts, and it's just my practice is if I see a post like that, I don't look away. I will look in, and I will open up my heart, and I will feel the love for all of it and listen to all of it. And I don't do a lot of it, but when it comes to me, I don't look the other way anymore. So I look squarely into it. So anyway, we got all these things. Then you might have a major challenge. You might have a major challenge in the collective as well, and knowing that who knows what's ahead, the unknown, right? What's the vaccine going to be like? Man, the vaccine can't wait. Man, that's going to solve everything. Other people are like, vaccine never. They're going to implant me. So you've got, and again, I'm not here to get into what I feel or what I believe for today, but it's all this sense of unknown. I know we don't know. Every day it seems like we don't know what's going to happen next with the world situation. Next thing is just, okay, on a personal level, right? There's more and more levels, but let's just take it down to a personal level. So personally, you might be experiencing, I can't seem to, I can't deal with these issues. I'll get to the purpose and business and money last here, but let's say you're dealing with a health challenge, right? So you've got, again, maybe you have COVID, maybe you have some major COVID challenge, or maybe someone has it, but you're having some major challenge with your health, cancer, or you got diagnosed with something recently, etc. So whatever it is, you might be facing a big challenge there. And usually health challenges are probably most of them, when I think about it, usually are unexpected. Not like I thought this is like something you planned on, right? So it's a major challenge that you're dealing with. Then you have and some of you are dealing with all these challenges, so then you have, you might be challenged in relationships. You might, maybe the challenges in the actual relationships you already have. Maybe the challenge is I don't have that partner yet. That can be a huge challenge for people because you feel so maybe lost or lonely or whatever, however you're experiencing it. Then you have, so like there's all these different challenges. Okay, so there's more and more we could get into, but we'll get into the purpose and the money stuff now. So might be experiencing wanting to deepen in your purpose. You've already experienced maybe some success in your life and in certain areas. Maybe you haven't, but a lot of the people I talked to lately, they've had success in their life, but now they're hitting a challenge. They're making this transition. Maybe they've been in one type of business and now they're moving into another iteration of that business, but it's different. It's maybe more spiritual, or they're moving into a whole nother business, or they're adding to their business portfolios. And there's a challenge with the sense of dealing with moving from this business and moving into another business, or dealing with these businesses while I'm creating these businesses, and having it all work, right? So there can be so many different challenges within that, and then the challenge is really the clarity on what really wants to happen here. What is the deepest thing that wants to happen through this? What's the right thing that wants to happen? Am I on the right track? All those sorts of things. Those are more in the category of purpose. Or maybe you're just considering like, oh, I want to make this big difference. What's my role in it? And you haven't even got into it yet. But it's a sense of, this is supposed to happen. It's an internal challenge, maybe more than an outer challenge in this case, in some cases. And then you want to move in it, but you don't have the clarity. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure what really wants to happen or how it wants to happen. And so it's challenging because you don't seem to know. And then you might have a challenge with money. Again, I'll talk in terms of career and business. Career, maybe it's an issue where you've lost a job. So many people have lost jobs, but so you're waiting on maybe money coming in to be able to deal with things. Maybe you are challenged in your business. Maybe the business isn't going the way it used to, or maybe it just hasn't ever really picked up the way you'd like it to in the area of your deep sacred purpose, as we talk about. So whatever it is, okay, I spent a lot of time just talking about what challenges you might be experiencing. So whatever it is, that there can be a sense of that. So there's opportunities, right? So there's so many possible challenges going on at any time, and maybe now just seems like it's more, but there's always many challenges going on for people. And so is the challenge how we focus upon the opportunity within any challenge is what makes a big difference. So I don't want to minimize anybody's major challenge, because I've experienced major challenges. You've experienced, I understand some major challenges. I've had financial challenges, a sense of purpose challenges. I've experienced health challenges. I've experienced sense of relationship challenges. We've all experienced all of them, probably. Most of us have experienced all of them at some point. And then the sense, like when it gets really deep, it's the sense of like, I don't even know if I want to live anymore, or I don't know if I'll make it through this. I don't know if I can go another day without seeing a new client, or I don't know if I can go another day with this health condition, or another month or week or year or whatever. I don't know, or will it ever change? And I just can't tolerate that if this would never change. Or so you keep thinking like, I don't know if it'll change, so I'm worried about that. So that it turns into worry because it's an unknown. And it's a sense of subconsciously there's something that's almost like, that's why I use the Grim Reaper syndrome. It's like the Grim Reaper's on your door, and it's like, yep, we're about to take you, we're taking you out. And, it's a sense of your own mortality. Like you might actually even lose your life, or you want to lose your life. Like you just like, I just can't take it anymore. And are we even going to make it as a civilization, as a humanity? Those anxieties seem to be pretty strong right now, and people try to, no, I don't see that. We do a lot of that, but there's a sense of that's stronger. I would say probably stronger than probably any time in my life, even through the Cold War stuff that I was, that was the last sort of bigger one that I experienced. But the nuclear, age of like, we might well bomb each other out. But this one seems even stronger, more anxiety, more fear. But what's the opportunity, right? So as you've heard before, all challenges are pointing into a major opportunity. So the bigger the challenge, there is a potential for a much greater opportunity. And for what type of people and what type of challenges? All of them. And even if you believe like, well, maybe that's not true for me, you'll do better and you'll feel better and you will move through things better and be in a better place if you look at your major challenges as major opportunities, because I know they always can be, okay? They always can be. And so we have the opportunity to do that. So how do you do that would be the next question. Before I get into all that, I just wanted to see if there was there's any comments coming in. Oh, hi, Jackie. Hi, Barbara. Hello, Maria. Yes, good to see you all here. And so let's go ahead and talk about how to move through these major challenges. So whatever it is, like when we're experiencing even a major challenge in our life that may not be so life-threatening, it comes down to a sense of, I am so in fear of the unknown around this because the results I'm looking for don't seem to be here, and I don't know how they're going to happen, that you'll feel like it's almost life or death. It'll feel like that. If I don't find my life partner, it's almost like I'm gonna die alone, and I may as well be dead now. Then it always comes like the death, like for most people. So, thus the Grim Reaper syndrome. If this doesn't happen, oh my God, or we wouldn't be able to live with ourselves. We'd be so ashamed of ourselves. We'd start to see how unworthy we are, or how we haven't measured up, and then that's just going to destroy us. And there's so many light leaders and so many spiritual entrepreneurs that feel like they wish they hadn't incarnated. They get that feeling, or they desire to be done. I've had people like, if I could die today, oh my God, I'd be so happy. Like, so you guys are not the there's a lot of people that are more depressed lately, it seems, in the world, with everything going on. That would make sense. So, but within that depression is, we can find something deeper and truer that could sustain us. And once we get out of looking for the conditions that we're looking for, we start to realize that we have what it is that we truly can enjoy and appreciate right here and right now. And what is it? And then, so can we just appreciate the moment? Can we appreciate the present moment? So always, one of the first steps always is, can we just appreciate being here now? Just even your very breath, not taking that for granted. I was talking to an accountability partner of mine today, and we talked about this, and she mentioned the idea of, yes, we should be so grateful always, because no matter what's going on, even though both of us are pretty happy, but we said no matter what, because we're breathing, we're alive still, we're above ground still. So but to be grateful for your life, for the ascension, for the enlightenment, or for whatever process that you imagine is going on right now, whatever may be the truth around that, it's going to happen by deepening into appreciating being in the here and now. And it won't matter. That won't happen. Like, you could have all the money in the world. You could have the best partner in the world. You could have your triple, quadruple, quadrillion flame, relationship. You could have perfect health. You could have all of it, and you could still psychologically be suffering every single day and feel like you're living in hell. So the quality of your life it's not so much about the outer trimmings of what you have, even though those things can potentially help. They can be life changers. They can be huge, but not always. There's no guarantee in it, but there is a guarantee if you appreciate your very presence, your very essence and presence. You can feel the vitality of your just life force. If you can just let that be always enough, and appreciate that, and never thirst, and never so thirst into that sense of, I have to have things be different. If you can, or at least fast from it as best as you can, knowing you may continue to dip back into it as only human, but to continue to have a practice of fasting from that, you come back into the now, you come back into the present moment. And your sense of your challenges can become an opportunity to deepen your presence, and deepen even potentially, dare I say, your sense of happiness, believe it or not. I mean, again, you may experience feeling depressed, angry, frustrated, etc. All the emotions, rage, everything within a big challenge, and you may stay there at periods of time, right? But the opportunity to deepen, have deeper sense of connection, bliss, and wonderment of life is available, and it's possible. So I put that out there because I know there's a lot of you that need to hear this message. So if you let it be that, be an opportunity for the deepest surrender of your life right now. What does surrender mean? Because we're so been conditioned, fight it, win, that, and that has served us as a individually, collectively. And it's the collective will for that sort of thing is beginning to peter out, is starting to die out, increasingly. Not to say it's not strong and alive in certain places, okay, in certain people. I'm saying on a collective level, it's petering out, and we're thinking like that's bad. Like, oh wow, we're getting so weak, and you're getting so soft now, and all this stuff. But it's bringing us deeper into this deeper connection where miracles become commonplace, right? So we know that when we deepen into our connection, but it requires a surrender from our concepts, a surrender from our sense of, from our wounds, invoking our willpower to try to keep changing things, to try to be good enough to earn the sense of even the sense of God's love. Like if there were a God in the sky, like that God in the sky thing or whatever, or even the sense of just life loving me, however you look at it. But like, you just have to realize that I'm loved unconditionally, and start to realize that, because you can feel so connected and so well. And of course, I always talk about meditation. When you practice meditation, you'll start to find that connection, and it will start to deepen, and you'll start to be Marcy Shimoff. I'll give a shout out to her because I love her, our title, happy for no reason, and no matter what's going on in your life. And from that place, you're free, and the quality of your life improves. And the major challenges, even if they come or if they're still there, start to not affect you the way they used to. In fact, they may just be like, yeah, okay, I got this thing going on. That's just part of what's happening now. And yeah, you could be very happy. It's possible. And so I just put it out as possible, rather than say, oh, everybody can do that and it should, just do it. And but just say it's possible, because I know it's possible. I know it's possible for virtually anyone. Anyone. I won't say everyone, because who knows, but virtually anyone. Okay. If you think you're the exception, then it's definitely for you. Okay. The people that think they're the exception, it's definitely for you. So that's what I wanted to share so far. And how can you change your energy around a challenge, whatever it is? My goodness, I'm not going to have my house anymore if I don't make this next payment, or whatever it is. You'll have a place to go. I won't have food to eat. Okay, you'll have food to eat. If you're listening to most parts of the world that would be listening to me right now, you'll have food to eat. There's a way for you to get food. Whatever it is, it's more about the sense of esteem that you're feeling an erosion of, or just maybe a destruction of. But honestly, the kind of esteem we're looking for is often a false sense of ego esteem. And I'm not here to belittle that esteem, because it can be helpful. It can be important to have that esteem. But if you're the type of person I'm imagining is listening to this right now, you're not looking for that kind of esteem. You're looking for the sense of just, I'm well no matter what. And so it doesn't, you don't see as like the reflection of your outer life as a reflection of your identity and a view of something to have a concept about and then suffer from. But rather, all life is miraculous. I'm miraculous exactly as I am, and finding things to appreciate about yourself regularly. And even the challenges that you have, to give appreciation for your challenges. Wow, look at this money thing I created for myself. Wow, look at the confusion I've created for myself around my purpose. Boy, if you turn that sense of challenge into maybe one thing could be to be more curious. Man, this is interesting. As a soul, have I created this experience for myself? Just be curious. I don't know, but have I maybe created this for myself as some interesting experience? And how much more fun could I have with it, no matter how bad it is? Is there a sense of lightness or fun or levity I can bring into it that'll change it? How can I maybe laugh more during it? How can I maybe let it be an opportunity for me to receive more right now, more help? Let people help me. Maybe this is an opportunity for me to lay on gratitude, right? Maybe I need to have more gratitude rather than less, and bringing that gratitude in full measure. So I found surrendering with gratitude and love is one of the most powerful things you can do every single day, even when you have no major challenges facing you. Just constantly be in a state of gratitude and love in your heart. And when you do that, it will start to just shift your life. Relationships will change, your health will likely change, at least your relationship with it will definitely change, if not the condition. Things will start changing, your money will change, the clarity increasingly come into you. Even if it's, think of it this way, even if 1% more clarity each day on your purpose, eventually you're going to be clear. You're going to be a clear signal for your purpose. It's going to happen. But you have to just keep giving appreciation and giving appreciation for what does get accomplished and what is happening for yourself. That's a way of closing that sense of that I'm suffering to, man, I'm just grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for every little thing in my life. And then you could appreciate everything for what it really is rather than the ego saying, man, I wish I was just done. Like, like I wish I could just go to another time and space. When that's not missing the sweetness of the moment, the sweetness of whatever's happening in your life. And so, of course, we may desire different conditions, but to transcend conditions is amazing. And to start to experience more gratitude and love for everything is what makes your life invincibly amazing. So, and then it just, it is one of those things where the good stuff just finds a way to come in to change your life conditions anyway when you're living deeply in this space. Now, if you think you already live in that space, but then you say, no, but look, all these problems. But okay, you just said, look at all these problems. Now, if you were to give gratitude for the problems rather than complain about them, you'll start to see it shift. But I see a lot of people that say they're very positive, very grateful, very loving all the time and in their heart. But then you hear, then eventually, if you listen to talk a conversation, all of a sudden the but comes in. But, and then they go on about all the things they're upset about. So what we want to do is, if you're upset about things, you can acknowledge you're upset, but then give gratitude for it. Oh, this is great. And then it will create it as that. It will create it as that. So some of this is the usual basic things that have been taught by many teachers, but I wanted to just make sure that we share this because I know some of you are challenged. And there's something else I want to share with you, a couple more things. One, I want to share with you that so much of the breakthrough that you're looking for right now as a light leader and spiritual entrepreneur, world changer, you have a big mission. You're not even seeing it happen nearly to the level or even close maybe to the level that it wants to happen. And you're feeling very impatient about it. You wonder if it'll ever really happen, or you wonder sometimes. You're in the class of trust. That's part of the class you're in. I mean, trust is the foundation. You have to trust that somehow by being grateful, being here now, being fully present, by meditating, doing all the things I talk about all the time, all over the place here and everywhere I am, that the answers will come, and they do. And so I've gone through challenges in all these years. How am I going to find my soulmate? I barely even have dated or had major relationships. And then it just came to me like, that's it. I'm going to just totally focus on it today. And then that day while I was looking online, I found my wife, Deb. Or for years, I struggled in sharing my services online for years. And then eventually it's just like all the alignment just finally lined up, right? All those percentages, all those little 1% here and there all added up, and then the breakthroughs started happening, and it just kept growing and climbing from there. The success of helping people and the money and everything. But anyway, whatever it is for you, whatever your another one I could have mentioned is health. Major back problems at times in my life, major, incredible amount of pain, and so. But how did I get through it? Well, many different things. But on an energetic level, get through it through surrender, through love and appreciation of what is. Right now, anyway, I'm feeling amazing in that condition of my life. And yet, if it were to come back, I would just go right back to deepening into gratitude, deepening in surrender, with probably being upset about it at the same time. It's okay, but it's then is just refocusing ourselves. So, and you don't have to be perfect. We're going to have upset thoughts. We're going to have those things come up, 90% plus of us. So that's okay, if not 100% of us. So it's going to happen, but if you keep refocusing, you're going to establish practices and ways of being throughout your day that will change your life. Absolutely. So if you want to continue to deepen, there's so many different things you can do. If you want to get more support from me, go to yoursacredpurpose.com, yoursacredpurpose.com. That's where you can, if you are somebody that's really a world changer, a light leader, emerging or wanting to go to your next step, there's an opportunity to get an energy scan consultation, but you do need to apply, and then you have to feel like you're a fit to meet with me. And I can look in your energy and see what's going on with these things. You've got recurring energy you can't seem to move through. I can take a look at it and see how it might how we can maybe perhaps shift through that. And then there's also a meditation there for free, Meditate and Make Money, that is really helpful in deepening this connection and surrender and getting your guidance each day around your purpose and your business and money. So check all that out, yoursacredpurpose.com. Soon, when this actually airs as a podcast, we'll probably have my membership community up, Rock Your Sacred Purpose membership community, which some of you are listening even now through the Facebook Live are a part of, which is really gets into this as well. And happy to have you be a part of that. So with all that being said, I'm just, before I even look at wrapping up here, just wanted to look at the board here again on Facebook, just see a bunch of amazing people that have shown by and said hello. That's what I see on my board. So if you shared anything else, I hope to see it later. And for those of you who listen to the replay. So, and hi, Barbara. I see Barbara showed up, and Cindy as well. Okay, great. All right, great. Well, I'm grateful to have shared with you. And as I always say, you just okay. But before I say that last thing, again, just keep trusting, keep doing the things I'm talking about today. Do the practices that keep making you feel better. Raising your vibration is the most critical piece of all of this, really. And you'll see the big shifts happening in your life from that place in terms of how you feel, which is the most important thing. And then all the outer trimmings will unfold. You'll see better things there. Okay. All right. So that's all for today. So you keep on tuning in here, and we'll keep on rocking it here on Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. For listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.